It has just gone 8 o'clock Central African time. Good evening and welcome to the news bulletin at 8, produced by Eswatini TV. I'm Sani Boyngong and I'm with Zamanzi Manze. Thank you so much indeed for choosing to stay with us. We're coming to you live from our Hospital Hill studios in Mbabane. And for our top stories at 8, let's dive straight into it and take a look. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation says the Kingdom of Eswatini is interested in learning from the People's Republic of Bangladesh in improving education and health sectors respectively. The European Union has supported Eswatini with approximately 400 million malangeni under the market-driven technical and vocational education and training project. And in a bid to encourage Maswati, especially young people, to come up with innovative ideas to bring solutions, the Eswatini Communications Commission has launched the Innovation Challenge. Hello again, and now for news in detail. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Tulile Adler, says the Kingdom of Eswatini is interested in learning from the People's Republic of Bangladesh in improving education and health sectors respectively. The Minister was speaking during the Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between Eswatini and Bangladesh. The Minister says the MOU is focusing on strengthening bilateral relations and agricultural sectors of the two countries.
Upon the arrival of the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mohammed Sharia Alam paid courtesy call to the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation in Eswatini, Tulile Adler. The two countries signed agreements on strengthening bilateral cooperation and improving different sectors. Speaking during the MOU signing ceremony, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Tulile Adler, says both countries are looking to share crucial views of regional and international importance.
Excellency, your visit is important to us because it is witnessing the strengthening of relations through the signing of these important memoranda of understanding. Regular consultations are essential, and our mechanisms will certainly be of relevance. Indeed, it becomes crucial to exchange views on bilateral issues of regional and international importance.
The Minister for Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, says the sector has more investment opportunities that needs to be explored.
May I indicate that generally our agriculture sector is open for business across many commodities and in almost all nodes of the value chain. That is from input supply right through production and marketing.
The Foreign Affairs Minister of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mohammed Sharia Alam, says they are open to sharing experiences with Eswatini.
We have the technical know-how at the farmer level. It's mechanized. A lot of them are digital. We're bringing transparency. But the knowledge base is really something that we can lend to our friends, no matter whether it's in neighborhood in Asia or faraway land in Africa. So with that in mind, we encourage signing of this MOU, and thank you very much for agreeing to sign this.
His Excellency Alam is expected to meet with different ministers in Eswatini. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni with Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Ezulwini.
The European Union has supported Eswatini with approximately 400 million malangeni under the market-driven technical and vocational education and training project. Speaking during the multi-stakeholder consultation workshop at Happy Valley Hotel, the organization's head of cooperation, Alessio Busi, says this funding is meant to secure job opportunities, especially for the youth. Eswatini TV's Nelson Langamandla has more on that story.
We are looking to reform skills development in the country. There is a mismatch between supply and demand, hence huge gaps, and a lot of people, the skills they have, they are not employable.
Head of Cooperation at the European Union explains the total funding of the project.
The envelope for the development cooperation framework between the European Union and the Kingdom of Eswatini from 2021 to 2027 is around 27 million euro.
The Director of Education, Dombenhle Dlamini, says this project will help the ministry align its programs with what is in demand in the job market.
Indzaba yokudevelopha ama-skills kubantu labasha
Business Eswatini's Chief Executive Officer Nathi Dlamini says this is a good initiative.
We feel as a private sector, technical and vocational skills now are critically important in this country. We are trying very vigorously to try and see if the employability, especially of our youth, is taken care of. There has been, for quite a while, a huge mismatch of technical skills, what industry needs and what we're able to get from the schools. There's just a total mismatch, and we need to urgently bridge that gap.
The 2021 Labour Force Survey states that the unemployment rate among the youth is at 58.2%. Such programs by government are meant to help build financial capability in this sector of society. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ngamandla, Themba Shabang, Ezulwini.
Now, in a bid to encourage Maswat, especially young people, to come up with innovative ideas to bring solutions, the Eswatini's Communications Commission has launched the Innovation Challenge. EZCOM's Chief Executive Mvilaweni Dlamini says their wish is to foster an innovation ecosystem that will be sustainable and give entrepreneurs every opportunity to create commercially viable solutions.
The SCCOM Innovation Challenge aims at improving and providing solutions in different sectors. The SCCOM Chief Executive Mvilaweni Dlamini says the initiative seeks to unearth small start-up with a high-risk appetite whilst having a high potential and support to commercialize their solution that is proudly developed and engineered in Eswatini.
With this initiative, we want to foster an innovation ecosystem that will be sustainable and give entrepreneurs every opportunity to create commercially viable ICT solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, the radical ideas that we've seen in our young people represent a glimmer of hope during these disruptive times in our lives in terms of technology revolutions.
James Manyat, the Research and Information Specialist in Eswatini FinTech Working Group, says innovation has a potential of attracting young people in doing business such as agriculture.
I want to challenge the innovators to come up with something new, even in agriculture, so that we can make this economic driver to be relevant. It's
Lwazi Mazia, SCCOM Manager Technology, says interested applicants should register with the Commission, apply online free of charge. Mazia says the first prize is 100,000 emalangeni, second prize is 75,000 emalangeni, and the third prize is 55,000 emalangeni. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Muzim Konda, Babane.
The Labour Commissioner Mthunzi Shabang says one of the key issues that will be addressed by the Decent Work Country Programme running from 2022 up until 2025 is the review of some of the industrial relation laws to align them with the current working conditions. The Labour Commissioner said this when unpacking the programme.
The Labour Commissioner says the Decent Work Country Programme is now available on the Ministry of Labour's digital media platforms. He says besides the review of the industrial laws, the program states that there will be research on how Eswatini can implement the minimum wage.
Ukhulumisa nama partners, ukhulumisa hulumende, akhulumise baqasha, akhulumise tisebenti ukuthi nina nihlangene nobathathu nanga ema programs noma tinhlelo lekufuna nitende dekwenda ukuthi la kusinjelwa khona kube khona kuhlalisana kahle nekubambisana phakathi kwalabaqashele.
The program has three priority outcomes, two of which are from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We are planning to do a research on possible implementation of the national minimum wage. Whilst working on this program, we do not want to move away from the previous agreements with development partners.
He adds that everything will be done following the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ngamandla, Themba Shabang, Mbabane.
The Eswatini Higher Education Council is reminding people who wish to open higher institutions to follow or lay down laws and procedures. The Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Loretta Mkonte, says operating unaccredited institutions does not only compromise the standard of education in the country, but robs Maswat the chance of quality higher education learning.
We would like to caution the Maswati that before they enroll in any program or institution, they should verify the credibility of an institution. ESHEC publishes the list of credible institutions and their programs in its website, which is www.eshec.org.sz. They can also do walk-ins with ESHEC and verify that. We also advise the higher education institutions or those hoping to open institutions to always follow up with ESHEC on all the guidelines that they should observe before registering students. We have seen some instances where institutions have offered programs that have not been accredited. The danger of that is that if you offer a program to students, unsuspecting students, they enroll, it means they will be enrolling in a program which has not been accredited. If it's credit bearing, results in qualifications, then that program will definitely not be authorized by the Eswatini Qualifications Authority. So the other danger of that is the fact that it's a waste of resources for the institution and for the parents and guardians. Once we discover that an institution has not been accredited, then that means it's in breach of the Higher Education Act of 2013. What then happens is that we caution the institution in writing, and if they still do not stop this malpractice, then we are always forced to close down the institution. And when that happens, the institution is then expected to enroll at its own cost or its own expense to enroll those students in an institution with a similar offering.
COVID-19 is still contagious and kills. This is a warning from the Ministry of Health following the death of a person in the country due to COVID-19. Eswatini last had a COVID-19 related fatality in August last year.
It has been 6 months since the Kingdom of Eswatini last heard a report of a person dying because of COVID-19. This might have made some people let their guard down and think the virus was now killing people in China only, as people die from it daily. Ministry of Health epidemiologist Vusi Logotfago says people should not take the virus lightly.
In country, when we test people, we still get COVID cases. Like the past week, we tested 157 Satfola 10 laba positive, which is over 6% positivity rate. So logo indication what's COVID solo ukona. And what is more worrying, it's when people we still lose people due to COVID. Logo kuyasitshengisa lokho ukuthi vele nangabe COVID akhona usenayo nale lithuba lekuthi angakubulala ngoba abantu sebacansa COVID akasekho. Maybe talking about the death, sibonile ukuthi we've reported one death over the past week, which was an elderly with certain comorbidities. And ndawukhumbula ukuthi vele if COVID unema comorbidities, siya encourage ukuthi people vaccinate.
Logotfago says although the number of people admitted in hospital because of COVID-19 is low, people should ensure that they protect themselves against the virus. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Temba Shabangu, Mbabane.
Coming in from the High Court, the High Court has dismissed an urgent bail application that had been filed by a 29-year-old man accused of attempted murder. One of the reasons for dismissing the application was that the accused committed the offense while out of bail for murder. The court says granting bail to the accused would make the public lose confidence in the judicial system.
Bongenkosi Innocent Dlamini of Kakoza in Manzini was arrested in December last year for the alleged attempted murder of Sihle Kama. Dlamini allegedly stabbed Kama in the head several times with a homemade knife. It is alleged that Kama made comments about Dlamini which the latter did not like, whereafter a fight ensued. During the bail hearing, Dlamini told the court that they had since smoked the piss pipe with Kama, who is his friend. Dlamini also told the court that after stabbing Kama, he went to Lavumisa for a cleansing ritual, so to cleanse himself of the crime. The accused admitted to the court that going to Lavumisa could have been interpreted as running away from the law. In its ruling, the court said it did not understand why Dlamini prioritized going to Lavomisa for cleansing rituals after committing the offense instead of going to the police. The court also said Dlamini was out on bail for alleged murder he committed in 2019 when he committed this offense. The court then dismissed his application and said granting him bail would make the public lose confidence in the justice system. The matter was before Judge Zonke Makakula. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela, High Court.
Well, with those news, we have news in the world of business as we take a look at our financial indicators to see our markets fared today in a financial report.
Can be.
Welcome back. You're still with the news bulletin at 8 here at Eswatini TV. I'm Sandy Boingoan. We shall now take a look at news making headlines in the world of sports. The Eswatini Boxing Association President Webster Lukele encourages local boxing clubs to host more club tournaments. Lukele was speaking after Manzini Club Boxing Club and Zebra Force Club hosted an inaugural club tournament this past weekend in Manzini. Linda Dlamini has more on that story.
This past weekend, two boxing clubs, namely Manzini Boxing Club and Zebra Force Club, hosted an inaugural club tournament in Manzini where different local boxing clubs took part. The Eswatini Boxing Association President Webster Lukele says they are encouraging local clubs to host more clubs tournaments to improve boxing standard in the kingdom.
It was a successful tournament whereby sibhakela sibile ebantwini uyabona ke kandlongwanye itraffic inenkanganani and bantu bayajabula kusibona sibhakela and i-sport cishile basithandzako lana bekuhoste i-Zebra Force Boxing Club ihoste kanye nemanzini Boxing Club. As an association sinikela ama-team cishe lesinawo la esibhakeleni ukuthi ngenyanga kube ngileyo team khona kwendiwe konke lesikwentako si-association lesibhakela vele sesisibisela back to the people because isibhakela asisiki ukuthi sabanibani sebantfu utawubona nje phambilini lokutako kunana kulesifuna kuku-introduce lo sithi i-corporate boxing lapho sitaba nemafomu khona leswelakhunyana nawe nje nkosi utawusenda usho lokuthi nabani funa senike nibambane njenganyalo uyati ukuthi kunebantu ukhanza ukuthi bahle bakhombana vele sitabafuna ishashalazini bakubete lambili thina njengebantu besibhakela sikhona lesibhakela singathathwa ngathi yinto yeku kube ngilapho siletha khona ipiece sibhakela sekubisa abantu together.
Female boxers dominated the tournament as far as the number of participants is concerned, which the association also encourages. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Babani.
Well, with those sports news, we've hit the home stretch of the news bulletin at 8 at Eswatini TV. But before we go, a quick reminder of our news making headlines tonight.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation says the Kingdom of Eswatini is interested in learning from the People's Republic of Bangladesh in improving education and health sectors respectively. The European Union has supported Eswatini with approximately 400 million malangeni under the market-driven technical and vocational education and training project. And in a bid to encourage Maswati, especially young people, to come up with innovative ideas to bring solutions, the Eswatini Communications Commission has launched the Innovation Challenge.
Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for making Eswatini TV your news channel of choice. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team at Eswatini TV. For now, good night and God bless.
Sikhulumile bahlonishwa asimiyekeleni aphendvule sitawuhamba se-evotini bahlonishwa asekube khona lo tawuthi na uhleli phasi ubone ukuthi awu eMaswati ngiwasitile ngiwathinze ngqo ngithi